Hey everybody, how's it going? Hopefully we can hear audio because I know last time we didn't, but everything looks normal. So if everybody hears everything fine, we'll proceed. How are you doing? I hope everybody is having a good start to your week. This is the group Trials of Imagination. If it is your first time here, we are a group of friends that like to get together once a week to play Dungeons and Dragons. This is our second campaign as a group together. This time around, we are going through the module known as Curse of Strahd. It is a gothic horror themed type of setting that we've been doing for roughly over a year now. At 43 episodes in, we're kind of hit a new arc into the section that we're in at the moment. It's been a pretty interesting ride so far. And if you want to catch up on anything and you're new to here and you haven't seen a lot of everything that came before it, there is a YouTube channel that has all the episodes on it that you can watch any of those at your leisure and catch up, although it would be a lot of content to catch up on, but I think it's worth it. Everybody's done a pretty good job and it's been very entertaining, at least for me. So if you want to know what's going on, that's how you do it. You can do exclamation point YouTube in the chat at any point in time, and it will give you a link to where you can go and watch that whenever you would like. Okay, so a couple of announcements before we get the night going. So everyone has been here. And SA just jumps straight in from the hospital, probably.
Yes.
Yep. Have at it.
Hi, everybody. I had the baby. Baby has arrived. He came on Sunday night at 9:37. And I had COVID, so it was not fun. So it's not exactly the labor and delivery I wanted, but it's the labor and delivery I got. And he's here. He did have to go to the NICU, but it looks like he will be joining me in my room tonight as long as the next feeding goes well. So, yeah, that's it.
Woot.
Woot.
Congratulations. Hope you're feeling okay. Looking forward to seeing more pictures of the baby.
Yep. All right. Bye.
Bye. Get some rest, buddy.
Will do.
All right. Back to everything else. And everybody just go bombard SA with congratulations on our Discord. So if you've been here before, you already know this, but if you're new here, once we get things going, you may notice if you try to engage with us a lot in chat that we don't respond vocally. That is perfectly normal. We're not ignoring anything that you say. It's just we have a limited time frame to do these episodes, and we try to stay focused and just kind of stay in the zone, I guess you could say, or pay respect to the players and the time that we have, because you're having to share it 6 different ways and everything that comes with that. So we don't engage vocally. However, we do try to engage in chat itself. But all that aside, if for whatever reason we don't see it and it passes by and no one else catches it, at the end of the stream, there is a section where the only thing we do is talk to you guys. It's just a post-stream chat for usually like anywhere from 5 to 20, 30 minutes, depending on what's happening. And we will literally only talk to you guys, answer any questions in chat, talk about our favorite moments of the night, everything that comes with it. So if that is your thing, if that's what you're looking for, there is something at the end designated specifically for that. And if you see anybody stroll in that's new and is trying to talk and they're getting frustrated that we're not responding or no one else is, and just see it happening, just point it out, let them know so everybody's on the same page and nobody feels ignored or left out. Okay, basic announcements. So let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. So I'm not wearing the shirt that somebody got me. And I'm not going to wear the shirt unless a certain thing happens. I haven't even figured out in my head what a appropriate parameter would be. Now I will say, so Stormer's the one that got it for me. And then so I would say Stormer and Dirk have more than enough earned their keep to have the right for me to have to wear that atrocity. So if I will wear that off stream in Discord to where they can see that without a problem. But to wear it on stream, I don't know, man.
You have to subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Like, no. No, don't you start that.
Wait, you don't, Stormer?
Ugh, good gosh. I don't know. We'll have to come up with some sort of like ridiculous, because I don't even know what our sub points are at right now. But like if we hit like if we max out a hype train this stream, I'll go put the shirt on. How about that? So there you go. If we do that, I will stop what I'm doing, go to the bathroom, put the shirt on, and call it that. Anyways, that's all we're gonna say there, and I'm not gonna repeat that again. So if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Secondly, go ahead and get this out of the way. I have a box of Pop-Tarts. What flavor are they? Don't know, don't care. Not gonna eat them. So take that. Anyone from Discord all week.
It was empty anyway.
That's what you get. Okay, basic announcements. So we have a podcast, so you can do exclamation point podcast in the chat. If you don't want to do YouTube and you want to listen to them in an audio format, we have the episodes there to make it a little more convenient. We have a merch store. You can do exclamation point merch in the chat. We'll lead you to that. We have a lot of variety of stuff that has a lot of references to the episodes or logos or whatever have you that are kind of on all kinds of different stuff. And often that's what we use for giveaways. So if you want to look into any of that, you can do that. It's also trialsofimagination.com, so it's really easy to get to if you're not in Twitch. But if you are, you can just do exclamation point merch and it will take you there. We have a Patreon, which is a section where if you want to donate to the stream or have any form of like direct donation where Twitch doesn't take a large chunk of it, that's where you do that. You can do exclamation point Patreon in the chat and it will take you there. Let's see, I think that is all the basic ones that I can think of at the moment. So yeah. So that's all I got. Again, reiterating for anyone who's just now strolling in or miss it, SJ strolled in for a little bit. She did have her baby. So everybody go out of your way to just bombard her on Discord and just give her a big congratulations and hope that she's feeling well and has a speedy recovery and is back to hanging out and gaming sometime soon. All right, that's all the announcements that I can think of. Does anybody have anything else that I have missed? Going once, going twice. They're trying to start the hype train with bits. Okay. Well, if nothing else, let's go ahead and get started on tonight's episode of Curse of Strahd.
As I would expect.
I did no such
And
thing
you're
whatsoever.
the daddy.
Oh, you
Denied.
see?
You
Yeah.
should wear the Dungeon Daddy shirt.
Oh, man. The things that you miss whenever a cinematic is going and then you just come in late on the context and now no one knows what we're talking about.
And that's why it makes it even better.
All right. Okay.
Just now, we do have
Alright.
confirmation that he is indeed the one true Dungeon Daddy.
Yeah.
So,
that was the Dungeon
Wait,
Daddy.
so is 2-Bit's going to introduce all the new characters, right?
All 11 of them.
Yes. Three of
You
them
You went
each
ahead
have
and killed
two
that
now.
next round too, just for good measure.
Just know it's a full party of bards now.
Yes,
Suave.
all colleges are represented.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So last time on our Curse of Strahd playthrough, our characters left Vlaki and went into the portal with Henrik to go to this in-betweens area and discuss a manner of things. But suddenly, after the entire party had gone to sleep, they woke up only to be in an unfamiliar territory, no idea what's going on, and surrounded by Bodaks. So combat began, and from there it was a struggle for survival, although there was give and take of them doing really well, and then suddenly not doing very well. But they were holding their own for the most part, at least with the Bodaks, aside with a few rolls that kind of came back to bite them. But when a certain member of the Seven, aka the Reaper, showed up, that's when things really took a hard turn and started to not go in a good direction. And one by one, each member began to fall in a variety of different ways, some of which being literally killed. And the only one left standing at the end of it all was Elbreth. And the Reaper came to approach Elbreth to claim its final victim of the entire party. And instead was met with something unexpected, probably on both of their parts, to where suddenly they were both met with some sort of intense pain internally, to where they were hearing this loud noise and being discombobulated and couldn't keep their eyes open, and were kind of just completely taken aback and not knowing what to do. And that is where we left off last episode, but more importantly, where we pick up this episode. So, new characters. Don't need them. Won't be necessary. Plot twist. I know everybody was just so expecting everyone to be dead.
Plottier twist. I have a new character anyway.
Even
Yes.
plottier plot twist. I have a new bard.
Plottier
Plot twist. I have a new character that's exactly like my old one. It's just spelled with 2 N's instead of 1.
Mm-hmm.
Plot
Yeah.
twist. Plot twist. I don't have a new character.
See, my plot twist was going to be my new character is Nadar's old character.
So I don't feel like none of these are plot twists. They're just statements.
They're just what we expect from this group.
They're just declarative sentences. Like there's no twist involved. There's barely even plot involved.
No, mine's a whole cinnamon roll.
Plot twist. There's no plot.
Like, what is happening?
Well,
The real plot twist.
plot twist.
Okay.
We've been running in circles this whole time for no reason other than our characters are all high.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, you just wake up from
We
a bad
ate
mushroom
mushrooms in
trip.
the first session.
Yeah, Session 0 was when the dream started. When you just
No, I mean, to be fair,
wake up
in,
and there's a dungeon
in
daddy?
session 1,
To be fair,
Nadar and Miller did take part in a drinking contest, and then afterwards we ate a bunch of food when we met up with the rest of the party. So,
Made by strangers.
we don't know what happened.
Anyway,
I mean,
Back to reality.
oh, there goes gravity.
And by reality, we actually mean this fake world we're in.
Correct.
yeah.
It's very confusing.
Plot twist. It's actually real.
So,
Is the plot twist that Matt was Eminem the entire time?
That's the real twist.
mom spaghetti.
yo,
That's all I
No
got.
sleeves.
spaghetti is great.
I got
So
no
I don't want to
sleeves.
brag, but he revealed that to me Saturday night, so I had a heads up.
Man, this is
Okay.
just really devolved.
See, this is you
That
shouldn't
went
have
off
said
the
plot
rails
twist,
quick.
Yeah,
Mr. DM.
I'm surprised.
apparently, I just shouldn't have said sentences.
You saw how far the Pop-Tart thing went. How did you not know how far this is going
I
to go?
continue to vastly underestimate y'all's ability to just degrade any sentence that I say.
I think he
Thank
has
you, Daddy.
underestimated our ability to twist the plot,
Yes.
bend it to our will.
And that's the real plot twist.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, so the last thing that happened, we have Elbreth and the Reaper kind of discombobulated in pain, while in the meantime, everybody else has been killed in some manner in a variety of different ways. And suddenly, Zahel, you wake up. You're awake. You're on the ground. What you feel beneath you is not what you went to sleep on, or not the same, but you're on stone of some kind. Flat surface. Nothing else around you. It's kind of cold. You feel a breeze around you. Looking up, even before you get up, but looking up, the area's kind of foggy, and you hear the sound of water that sounds around you, but mostly beneath you.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is my head attached?
It is.
Because last we left off, it was not.
You are correct.
Good
Lucky
question.
you. Your head is intact.
Okay. So he kind of sits up and looks around. Is there anyone else here?
At the moment, no.
Right.
And I'll go ahead and activate the scene for you guys. So I have all your tokens there, but I just have so that I don't have to add them in later. But Zahel's the only one here now, so I'll just go ahead and say that. I'll activate it for you, and that'll probably help you have a better idea of.
Oh. Oh.
I'll go ahead and put the
I
map on the
see.
screen. Here we go. And cue the music.
He just kind of mutters angrily to himself. He's like, I would have thought getting my head taken off would have meant I never had to see this stupid place again.
And this time,
Actually, he wouldn't have known his head was taken off because he was unconscious. So,
well, I'll tell you. So, that was some form of, from a player meta standpoint, some form of dream sequence or vision or whatever have you. So, like, even though that happened in a moment, yes, but looking back on it, like that, you knew that happened, like experiencing it.
so when I realize where I'm at, I immediately look around expecting to see Zeke somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Except, unlike every other time on this bridge and a variety of different scenery, this time you're alone.
Not sure if this is better or worse. He'll just kind of walk to the edge here and look out at the water.
Okay. And then you hear a cough behind you. And Mr. Millard, you wake up on the stone as well. Same thing, realizing like you're laying on stone, but not the same that you went to sleep on. Seems flat surface. You hear the sound of running water beneath you.
Zahel turns around and sees you there, walks up, holds a hand out to help you get up. Usually not a good thing to be in this place, lad.
I reach into my coat looking for something, and I can't seem to find it right away. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what's going on?
Truthfully, I don't know. I've been sent here on dreams before, but where it is or what it is, I don't really know.
If you're dreaming, this can't be a dream. Like, if I'm here, and you think you're here, what do you know about this place, Zahel?
Do I really know anything of it?
Other than the one comment that Madam Ava made of like it kind of seeming to be some form of like visual metaphor of like your mind being fragmented, like a
Yeah.
bridge that's like tearing apart. But other than that, no.
So I'll relay that to Millard and say, well, last time I was here, the river was made of blood, so I suppose this is an improvement.
I'll take his hand and get up, and then kind of walk
He
over to
helps
the
you up.
edge. Well, that don't make a lot of sense to me, but
What
It's-
has the last however long it's been?
at least it's not blood. I don't know if what's down there is much better. Don't you get this kind of like eerie feeling about it?
I definitely do. Please
And-
don't fall in that water.
I pick up a rock from, or like any loose stone I can find to kind of like drop it off the water.
Okay. Yep. You do that, and it makes a small, resounding splash, and you see the ripple kind of move and flow. And as it does, both of you hear this distant, echoey voice on the wind. Mr. Millard, Mr. Millard, Mr. Millard, Mr. Millard, Mr. Millard.
As I hear that, I look back in my cloak and reach for something. And I just like pat my cloak to be like, it's there, in reassurance.
And is that how you see that motion?
Is it the same motion that when you first got here?
It's a little more like comforting, I guess. Like similar, it's less frantic than the first time.
You okay there, Millard?
Yeah, this place makes me uncomfortable, and I thought I heard something on the breeze, but I think it's just my imagination.
Can't fault you for that, as he just kind of looks around.
You know, we've met a lot of odd people since getting here. I mean, stranger than
Yeah.
most of the people we run into. But we met a lot of nice people too. I'm still thinking about what happened in Valaki. It's a rough go of things.
It is. It's, you've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. We both know that's one of those things that it's never going to leave us.
Yeah, I mean, we both seen our first share of death and war, but there's something different about this. Like we just couldn't help but care. I wanted to do so much, and I just feel like I should have done more while we were there.
I feel exactly the same.
I'm
It's
gonna
just
take
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna take a step towards you, just kind of facing you now.
It's a oppressive weight that no matter how strong you get or how much you seem to be able to leave behind, it just never There's never relief from it.
So I'm gonna reach into my coat one last time and like look to like make sure. I'm just gonna pull out this ribbon that looks kind of familiar. I'm gonna hand it to Zahel.
He reaches out for it.
Yeah, it's just thinking back. I really feel like we should have done more. So that little girl gave me this ribbon, and the last thing I remember is seeing it. At least the last thing before everything that happened. Was just seeing this ribbon, soaked as it is right now, covered red, scarlet. I don't even know what's real anymore, but I still have it, so I assume this is real. Wherever we are.
His hand's kind of shaking as he's holding it, looking at it.
It's hard to hold on to things like this.
Why do we always have to feel like we were just 1 minute too late?
I'm gonna like hold out my hand, just kind of like asking for it back.
Yeah, he hands it to you.
I'm gonna walk over to the water, pick up another stone, like tie it around, and then I'm gonna drop it into the water.
Drop the bow into the water.
Yeah, tied around a stone.
Okay. And it drops, and oddly enough, it doesn't sink. It just makes a splash and it comes back up. But the river does start to take it away. And as it gets further away, the opposite happens. So instead of the echo getting softer, you hear it getting louder. Mr. Millard, Mr. Millard, Mr. Millard, Mr. Millard, Mr. Millard, Mr. Millard.
Is it like deafening, or is it like just
No, and it doesn't like keep going endlessly. It's just, it's like some sort of cruel reminder that like that's not sending it away.
This water's strange. You know, in sailing, we have this kind of superstition that if we can let stuff drift away, it's gone from us. But this stream of this river holds on to stuff. You sure you don't know anything about this place?
Well, if it's a reflection of my mind, that would make a lot of sense. They always train me to just let go and carry on with the mission, but it's real easy to say when you're standing there in front of 200 recruits and you don't know their names and what they've seen. A lot more difficult in practice.
And at this time, you guys hear a splash sound kind of to your right, and hear some coughing and gagging of a certain extent. Sounds like coughing at water. And Tanner, you've crawled out of the water into the shore, just soaked, and not knowing where you are either, but you just woke up underwater. Lucky you didn't drown. And there you are, off to the side.
The hell?
I'll sprint over towards like the side where the rocks are crumbling,
I'll
just to
also
see what's
go
going
that
on.
way.
Okay. You can both go to the side and clearly see Tanner there, kind of gathering himself and trying to.
Yeah, he's just on the shore, just kind of looking at himself like, what in the world just happened?
Boy, oh Muriel. Is that you, Tanner?
What else would it be?
You really should have picked a better landing spot.
I didn't exactly pick it. Help me up. And he puts out his hand.
Zahel uncoils a rope and rolls it down for him to climb up.
You may climb it without issue.
Yep. Tanner makes it all the way up to the bridge. Kind of looks down, looks at you two, said, "Where did you all wake up?"
Right over there.
Right back here. Yeah.
No.
That's my luck.
From what I can tell, Zahel's in charge of this place. At least he thinks he is. So, I don't. Do you have an idea where we are? This is your hometown, I guess.
Hold on. Let's run it back to the part where Zahel controls this place, and I woke up underwater.
I mean, if I was
any last time, the water was blood.
That doesn't help at all. Are we like in your mind right now? Because that's a little bit weird.
That's my understanding of this place from
Awesome.
Madame Eva, is that right?
Right.
Well, your mind sucks, and how do we get out of here?
we could shoot
I
him.
won't disagree.
I mean, what?
I won't disagree with that either.
And not even to make it worse, whereas like it was a blood river one time and then an ice river another time, and now you just have a normal river. Oh, I lost somebody.
Yeah, Beck said Discord froze for her. So she's
Oh
restarting.
no! Funny cameras everywhere.
I just see the top of my head in the dark.
I'm gone. Almost.
I don't
Ever-
exist.
I am
Most-
Tanner.
Most of everyone doesn't, except half a head.
I have
You
no
guys don't
head.
get to see my eyes anymore.
Oh no. The worst. This would be like textbook like time you get like a massive raid that comes in. It's just
Yeah.
like 100-person raid. You're like, oh god.
This is what you get for not wearing the Dungeon Daddy t-shirt or eating a popcorn.
Yeah.
Obviously.
How dare
you
you.
compounded your curse here.
At least Matt's still in his little section.
Yeah.
Yep. Thankfully mine's not tied to Discord, so hey, there we go. Alright, we're good.
Right.
Well, I think the best thing we can do is just try to go back to sleep. That's an idea.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
The other option is to get off this bridge.
I was off the bridge and it didn't help.
Well, I mean that way. I point to the other side of the bridge.
There's a hole here.
That way.
Zahel, actually all three of you make a perception check.
Oh no.
Can't be as bad as mine.
Yeah, buddy.
Everything's fine.
22.
Alright.
13.
6.
Okay. Everyone other than Millard. Here
I'm pointing. I'm distracted.
Millard's focus, so he doesn't hear it. Zahel and Tanner hear some form of noise that sounds very distant, but is like bordering on like Doppler effect type of thing, to where it's obviously approaching. But like trying to figure out, Tanner roll is to where like you can hear it, you know it's something that's approaching, but you don't really have your bearings on where it is. Zahel, that was a pretty good roll. So like focusing on it, it sounds like something's coming from above, and you hear the sound is just getting closer and closer and closer, and to where eventually you just hear, from and then a dwarf just cannonballs into the water.
Could I say right before he gets to
That's-
the water, he yells, "Cannonball!"
Sure. It just
I I do hear the splash though, right?
Absolutely.
And probably
God,
get
what
hit
was
by
that?
it.
Nah, it's not gonna hit me.
Was that
too
a
fast.
dwarf?
That was our resident angry dwarf, I do believe.
But I'm not going in there after him. So
All right, I got
you
it.
best
I got
decide
it.
between the twixt of
The
you.
water's the water's a little
paddling
bit
his
slimy.
best towards the.
Zahel will drop the rope for him.
Okay.
They're just doing like a little doggy paddle. Like,
Slip, 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 slip,
looks
slip,
almost like a dog swimming.
slip. There you go. You're all on the bridge.
I have been falling for
For
30,
30 minutes.
I don't have a great sense of time.
That's pretty much like you feel like you've been falling for a while.
Yeah, I don't have a great sense of time. But I feel like I was falling for like 93 hourly minutes.
So about 2 seconds.
I'm
Or
really
30.
glad we got you that watch. You're really getting a lot of use out of it.
Or 30 minutes. I don't know. A minute's longer than an hour, right?
What's a watch?
Good question.
This is device
I
that I
don't know.
stole from an artificer. They're not cheap
Very expensive.
and very hard to steal.
I don't know, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure I broke it.
Man, I got that for your birthday.
What probably wasn't intentional if I broke it. Either lost it or broke it. 'cause I
That
don't know
makes
where
it all
is.
better, Nadar.
I'm sorry.
So you okay, lad? That was a pretty hard hit there.
Oh, I'm fine. I'll survive.
Clearly.
So you said I did have an awareness kind of everything that happened, right?
Yes.
Even
All
though
of
I
you
was
do. All of
technically
you do.
unconscious?
Yeah, all of you do.
It's funny you say that.
Was
though,
I the
'cause,
only one who got disintegrated into a bunch of dust, or did that happen to everyone?
Wait,
Um,
why is this thing back on? And Nadar's like pointing to his head.
Based on my
Pointing his head.
recollection, everybody except for me and Elbereth were disintegrated. Except for present company here, pointing to
So
Zahel. He got
what
his
you're
head chopped
saying
off.
is hell is Zahel's head.
I've
I
been
don't know
trying to
where
tell
we
you
are.
guys that for years.
He just, that's what he told me is where we are.
Well,
It's a fair assessment.
wish I didn't meet you, but all right.
Sorry, you man, you hadn't even been around long enough to deserve this.
I still say we get up this creepy looking bridge, away from this creepy looking river, and get to some place that is much less creepy looking.
I've never actually explored the place, so
You
I big
guys
step this way.
all
See,
here.
that's the problem. That's the problem with people nowadays. They don't
So-
explore their inner feelings and resolve past grief.
The Millard
I was
takes
going to
know what I'm
pointedly
saying.
ignore that unless I've missed my guess. Millard's probably going to arrive on a flaming chariot right about now.
well, Millard turns around and sees Mark on his back looking up and
I
is
mean,
awake.
Mark, not Millard.
Yeah. Mark awake and is like frantically like patting himself, trying to like move stuff away
Like bees?
as if something's grabbing him.
Like bees.
Not the bees.
Got squirrels in his pants.
Yeah, not the
So I will
bees.
walk up to you. Hey,
Can
buddy.
you help me out?
You doing all right there?
I'm just a little bit dirty.
And now seeing your friends, you like realize that like the last thing you remember is not currently happening. So like you're no longer being drug into the ground by spirits anymore.
Uh-huh.
Zahel says, at least you're not wet. And he kind of nods back towards Tanner and Nadar.
Tanner's pulled off one of his shoes and is dumping water out of his shoe.
Nadar's like pulling at his beard, trying to figure out why his head is attached.
I'll help Mark up. Like, trust me, Mark. It's a blessing in disguise that you're not soaked like Tanner is.
Shut up.
Okay.
Nadar's also
Where are we?
soaked. He's just.
That's
ignoring
kind
it.
of a long,
Okay.
short story. The point is, we have no idea where we are, and we need to get out of here.
Okay. Well, let's get going then.
See? Someone with
I
some
like that
sense.
attitude. So I guess we could
Sure, when
start
he
making our
says
way
it's a
across
good
the bridge.
idea.
You can. And Zahel, at this point, you kind of do stop for a second to take awareness that you are down a member.
Wait, where's Elworth?
Last I saw, she was
I don't
fine.
know.
She was the
Yeah,
only one
but-
of us not to get blasted. Well, now that I know Mark's here, because I saw him not get blasted by anything. What did you see, Mark?
What did I see? I got buried. Matt, do I know what happened after Mark died?
Not after, but you do remember getting pulled into the ground by spirits.
Even though I was unconscious?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's like a dream sequence out of body type of thing. So like you remember it.
All I know is that I got buried alive.
So there you have it, Zahel. As much as we can remember, Elbereth's not dead. And apparently, all of us, except for me somehow, did die. Because I didn't die. I don't remember that. Never happened.
Okay, can we get going?
Insight
Talking
check.
while we move?
While all that conversation is happening, Nadar's not walking over to them or anything. He's still just like poking at his head.
He said
Okay.
inside.
Didn't he get turned to dust before Zahel got
That's
killed?
that's why Tanner said inside check.
I was about to say, because, like, everyone else died, so clearly lying. So can I get an
So,
insight
Millard.
check?
Yeah.
You dodged that terrible, awful, sickly green bean that was sent
24.
towards you.
There was a sickly green beam sent towards me. Because I don't recall seeing anything like that. All I know is, you were in pretty bad shape. So, I ran to get help. And then the next thing you know, I'm here. But I clearly walked past several of those creatures with ease because of my stealthy skills.
Deception
You
check.
guys are gonna move while you're talking?
Fear my deception.
And then Tanner rolled high enough to where like you. Yeah.
I have a deception +5.
I have an insight +5.
He had
Yeah.
he had a pretty high one.
Okay. It's 19.
He rolled a 24.
So close.
Just Tanner's like, bull crap.
What would you know about it? You're soaking wet.
And you're a liar.
You know, I don't trust him. Mostly because he's soaking wet. You can't trust people like that. Why did we even bring him along? I would be the first one to tell you, we can't trust him.
Continuity.
Continuity.
Guys, why do I have my head back?
Hurry up, Nadar.
I want.
Zahel, roll a perception check, please.
One perception check coming up.
Mm-hmm.
18.
You see an object floating in the river far ahead.
Is it Zahel's head?
It is not.
Is it Nadar's head?
That's good news.
It seems to be a full body
A full body
that's
head.
a plus.
Without a head?
with a head, and it
Move
is
back where I can
Just
see
want to make
it.
sure we know the location of heads here.
What's going on? I thought we were leaving.
There's somebody in the river.
Like I said, I'm not going in the river. Doesn't
Do I
matter
need to
who it
go
is.
again? 'Cause I'll do another cannonball. That's fine.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Indubitably.
We're gonna go with that.
So
I asked him if we could have 500 gold, and he said yes.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
you guys see,
Can I tell that it's Elbereth at this point?
yes, she's on her back, floating down the river, unconscious.
How relaxing.
Crap. Zahel's gonna quickly tie the rope around his waist, toss the other end to Nadar because he's close and strong. Hold that,
Nadar.
and he's gonna jump in and try to grab her.
Nadar holds on as tight as he can to the rope.
I wouldn't do that.
I was very tempted
Right.
to say intelligence check, but I'm going to be nice.
Oh, that would just
What,
be mean.
what is this
Anything
for?
else?
He has an intelligence of 6. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I have an intelligence of
It,
6.
it
I know what
doesn't-
I'm doing.
it doesn't take wisdom. It takes some wisdom.
I'm better at anyway.
It would be funny.
You got any spells to increase Nadar's wisdom?
No.
Unfortunate.
All right, so Zahel, he holds on to it, so you're able to jump down and grab. I mean, you're going to fall in the water with her,
Yeah.
but you grab a hold of her.
the-
I need a strength check from Nadar if you're going to pull back up.
I'll help.
Okay.
As they do that, Tanner's going to look around, try to find some landmarks, see if he recognizes where they're at.
You don't recognize this place at all.
There's the advantage.
It seems like, and it kind of
11.
unsettles you because like you really don't recognize this place.
I rolled
It's
an 11.
in my head.
An
With
11?
advantage because he's
But-
helping, so I would roll with advantage.
And then,
Monster. Monster.
I got 11.
Okay.
With
11.
+3. I rolled real low twice.
Hmm.
okay.
Oof.
Yeah.
They
They can fall. It's an option.
it was well, no, I'm not gonna say a number. So you're pulling and the rope's wet, so you're not doing a great job of doing it quickly, but
And my hands are wet.
you slowly but surely manage to get up, although very sloppy and like occasionally letting it slip to where they go dipping back into the water again. But
Nadar, have you been
Oh,
drinking?
No, my hands are wet. So's the rope.
but you do with time get them back up to the top.
All right.
Maybe I needed to stretch before I did that.
Yeah.
Once they're up on the bridge, Nadar then proceeds to start stretching.
So Elbereth
Alright,
is now
You
on the
say
bridge.
she's unconscious,
She is.
but alive?
You just see.
Right.
Well, make a investigation check.
13.
13. You
Could I
see.
make that investigation check too?
Yep.
All right.
Fine, we've got everybody now. Can we get moving?
Could I argue for a medicine check in that instance?
So
That would make it a 20 then.
23.
Still got beaten by Mark, but
He did go to college.
Yeah, so
We were,
He has that wizard college.
looking
debt.
at her, she is in fact unconscious, but you see zero visible signs of physical damage of any kind. There's no scratches, there's no bruises, there's no cuts. Like it's just seems fine, just unconscious.
check the
right.
nose.
She is breathing.
Okay.
I will
Um,
attempt a cure wounds on her then for 5 HP.
Okay. Elbereth, you
Any
Elbereth.
change?
wake up and take a huge gasp at waking up. If you did it, you're muted.
Yeah. Oh no, my sound's in the wrong spot. Hold on.
When she wakes up, I'm gonna just kind of jokingly say, "Well, now it's a party."
Oh. All right.
Where are we?
Best I can figure, some weird vector inside my head. I've been here a few times. I don't know how you guys ended up here.
You know,
But if you're feeling up to it, I implore you to stand up. Mark really wants to get moving.
Yeah.
all right, I guess this is not that weird compared to lately. So do we just go and find the mouth?
This is only the
Well, it was
fourth
the river of
magical
blood
land we've
last
opened
time,
up.
so
I say we go for a swim.
You-
No.
you
I
already
say we
did,
don't
Nadar.
do an Evanadar says.
Oh, right. I forgot that was fun. Can I do it again?
No.
No.
Well, look, I might have been falling for 97 minutely hours or 30 minutes. I don't know.
Let's just
But
get
it was
going.
fun.
What do you guys want to do?
I thought I
guess
saw.
we
I
won't-
thought I saw a pigeon up there.
I really want to get away
Make
from this
our way.
water
All right.
because it's like the worst place.
Make
Yeah,
our way
we-
to the
we
end of the
should-
bridge there.
Okay. To the left. So you guys are like, yeah, making your way to the left.
Towards the west.
And is the whole group doing this? Or?
Guys, well,
I'm-
as they're like moving that way, y'all just kind of see Tanner just staring off into the distance with like a 1,000-yard stare, kind of a sheepish look on his face almost.
Nadar will proceed to pick him up and like fireman carry him as I keep walking.
He will break the grapple and push you.
Okay. Nadar's not trying to like grapple her. He's just trying to like, oh, Mark wants to move. Well, let's move. And he's not moving. Let's go. So he's not basically what I'm saying is you can like I don't care if you just push Nadar anyway.
Put me down.
Okay.
Nadar, don't put him down whatever you do.
I'm gonna put him down. Seems smarter than not.
Yeah, just
Zahel
leave him if
facepalm
he
him
wants
out.
to stay here.
Okay.
We
Or is he
You
aren't.
see something, Tanner?
We're not in Barovia.
Okay. That's a good thing, right?
And we already established we were in someone's head.
No, I don't think you understand. I'm 45 years old, and I've never been out of Barovia in my entire life.
Okay.
And I'm like 100. I've
That's
never
a good-
been to Flandova. I don't Barovia. I don't remember the name.
Is that a good thing? I think that's a good thing.
I
Let's get going. If you want to stay here, that's fine.
We escaped Barovia. Quest complete. You win.
I think that's a good thing.
Zahel, having heard that, being, I guess, in your military background, probably will take note of the tone a little bit.
How can you tell, Tanner?
This doesn't feel right. I've been everywhere in Barovia, and when I tell you everywhere, I mean I've been from Strahd's castle to the very bottom of those lands, and I've never seen anything like what we're seeing. No river. I don't recognize this river, nor those hills, nor this forest. Nothing around here is familiar.
That's the fun of adventuring.
You kind of see him as he continues to look around. He just kind of stops
What do you know about
and looks
Strahd?
back into the distance and says, "This is the work of the Seven."
What do you know about the Seven?
Maybe that there's
I
seven
know
of
that
them.
they like to play with their prey, and he points, especially when you see your friends dying and dead. And he points off to the distance, and
Yeah, but what do you know about their capabilities?
they're legends. This is the first time I've met them. Nobody's stupid enough to actually go near them.
But you've entered Strahd's castle?
I didn't say I entered Strahd's castle. I said I've been to his castle. I'm not dumb enough to go inside. No one is.
Okay.
And he points back. And do they see what I'm seeing, Matt?
When you point, and everyone can look in the direction he's pointing, Nadar and Elbreth will see Luthrian off in the distance, standing, looking out. He looks completely void of life. He is standing, but he just looks void, just kind of standing lifeless in the distance. No one else other than those three see it.
Nadar runs full speed towards them.
He's not very bright, is he?
Does he appear to be getting closer or not?
You're just now finding that out?
I had an inkling, but this kind of settles it. You don't go running towards lifeless corpses standing next to a river.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting closer to him, Nadar.
Nadar, stop that.
Wait.
Come back.
Do you stop or do you keep going?
I keep going till I'm within like 15 feet of him.
At about
And
30 feet, your legs get really heavy.
okay.
And it slows you. It doesn't stop you, but it slows you down.
No. Okay, then we'll change that 15 to 25. So about another 5 feet. And
Okay. At that point, like your body's getting heavy to the point where like, you kind of like actually like fall to a knee, trying to keep yourself up.
I'm gonna use telekinetic shove to try and pull him towards us.
Didn't
Okay.
you
Is it strength save?
Yeah, if he is being pulled down, then I would think that the pull would be harder.
Seems sensible. Let's see if he
yeah,
saves.
no, so I'm gonna roll the save even though Nadar isn't resisting. Because it would make sense that the pull's also kind of... It seems to almost be stopping him from just moving.
Yep.
DC of 14.
I meet the DC.
Yep. So, seemingly, it seems like when you go to do the telekinetic shove, it doesn't seem like it fails. It seems like it was met with some sort of other force that is equally pulling him, but instead of pulling him towards you, it's pulling him down. So nothing happens, but it doesn't feel like it failed. It just feels like something else is also pulling.
Okay.
What are you doing
Here, Nadar calls out.
It doesn't move. It doesn't any sort of noise. And you're close enough now where you can see the eyes are pitch black.
I'm gonna
Black
try
is
and
in they're
move.
not there, or pitch black is in the eyeballs themselves are black.
The entirety.
I'm gonna move closer to Nadar and try and kinetically pull him away again, if I can do that. depending on how much time elapsed, I guess.
Yeah, I'll give him time to say something real quick.
Didn't you die? So,
I mean, same response. It's just looking
Yeah.
out.
no dwarf left behind. And you. Nadar kind of gives into the pull down and just kind of gets down as low as he can and just kind of balls up.
So it balled up. You just it kind of pulls you to the ground, and now Mark, whatever you're trying would work rather freely.
Okay, telekinetic pull.
Mm-hmm.
And Nadar's still not resisting.
Right. You just pull him back to the bridge.
Yeah.
So as he's pulling him back to the bridge, so still on the bridge would be Zahel, Tanner, Millard, and Elbert. So what are y'all doing during this endeavor?
I've started to slowly creep my way towards the water's edge.
All right.
I'll put myself about 10 feet away from it right now.
Did I see Luthrian at all?
No.
Or did I just see Nadar run? Okay.
We just saw Nadar run.
Yep.
The only other one who saw Luthrian was...
Oh, Elberth and Tanner. Yep.
Oh, Tanner did too. Okay.
He's the one who pointed at it.
So you say this is a work at the 7, Tanner. How?
I'm not a magician. How would I know?
Can I make an Arcana check?
Or
Find out what sort of magic is going on, if there's magic going on.
Sure.
All right.
Maybe if Henrik was able to find his own little corner, then we could
Right.
just get another one of those.
Mm-hmm.
19.
19. So like you don't. It feels similar to the same feeling of how when you traveled into Henrik's in between domain. It feels similar, but it doesn't feel like
Okay.
some form of spell or anything has got you here. It's not. It doesn't feel like an illusion or anything like that.
Okay. I think you are right in your theory, Elbreth. It does sort of seem like a pocket dimension, I guess. Where's Millard?
You guys see Millard approaching the water.
Millard, what's going on?
Tanner's right. There's something different about this place. This stream, it feels strange. And I kind of like
Okay.
kneel down to get like a cup full of water in my hands.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw.
We're in the bog
16.
outside of Moria. Or not Moria, Mordor.
He said 16.
16.
Good roll. Good man.
Look at the lights.
I'm super smart. There are no lights.
Follow the lights.
I'm following my nose, like Gandalf said.
You go to get the water, and nothing happens to you, but when you do touch the water, you hear whispers in your ear, and a variety of things. It's hard to like make out exactly what they're saying because this is a lot of them. It just sounds like kind of like noise, but every now and then you pick up little snippets of something, like hearing your brother and memories just saying sentences that he had conversations with you at some point. Nothing profound, just statements.
I'll drop the water in surprise, and it kind of splashes down, and I kind of step back as if I've kind of woken up.
Mhm.
And then I'll just kind of stare at the water for 10 seconds, like a long stare.
The whispers kind of fade as you step back and are no longer touching it.
So this is supposed to be your head, Zahel. So what's going on here?
It's actually a bit more serene than I would have expected, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's been a river of ice. More recently, it's been a river of blood. I would have expected everything to be burned to the ground at this point.
Where
Start
should we go?
walking back.
Would I have noticed Miller doing that at the water? Could I see it over the rampart on the bridge there?
Perception check.
Mark definitely saw it, right?
Yeah, Mark definitely did.
Because he talked to me and conversed with me.
Right.
25.
Yeah,
He's a
that's a good
perceptive little joker. Yeah, you saw it.
Wisdom-based character.
Yeah.
one.
You
'Cause I
seem
was
to.
going to come down there. So did the water do something, Millard?
It spoke to me, like in whispers. Like when I threw the stone and the ribbon in the water. But this time it was of my brother whispering. You've never met him. How could his whispers be in your mind? If this truly is your mind.
That's slightly terrifying prospect. He's gonna go down just like Millard did and scoop up a handful just to see if he hears anything from it.
Wisdom saving throw.
I wouldn't do that.
22.
Hey. All right. No fun
I'm
for
good
y'all
at
tonight.
Hannah goes to the. No, I'm joking.
Everybody one by
Tanner
one. Let's
just jumps
go.
in head first.
Okay. So nothing happens to you, but you hear a sea of whispers. But this is something that Zahel has dealt with for quite a while now. So for you, you're a little more accustomed and, dare we say, honed in on it. So you're able to pick apart more voices than, say, someone that's a little more new to it.
You merely adopted the whispers.
Right.
I was born into them, molded by them.
Okay, there, Bane.
I didn't hear normal conversation until I was a man.
Anyway,
So,
And now something for completely different.
yep, you hear a variety of things, both your mother speaking to you, Zeke speaking to you, and conversations of when you were still on good terms. You hear Ayla speaking to you in conversations that you've had. You hear Idris speaking to you in conversations that you've had. And then you hear a voice that you haven't heard in a while. But it's Teft.
as he's kind of sitting there holding the water.
And
Been a long
specific,
time, you old dog.
and specifically, the sentence you hear is the last sentence you ever heard from him.
course it is, Matt. Of course it is. As he just kind of turns his hand and lets the water drip back in. Interesting that I didn't hear any of that when I dove in for Elberth.
Anyway. Are we gonna get going?
I don't know where we can go to. Look what happened in Adar.
Just pick a direction and run.
We can't
Or
go that
walk,
way
Whatever.
without that happening to us. And I point to
Stay away
Nadar
from
curled
the
up in the
river.
ball. We can't
Wait a
deal with
second.
this river.
Can we go like maybe around stuff that is seemingly hazardous?
That's how we deal with our problems. We just ignore them.
No.
Didn't I think of that?
You pick your battles.
You're right,
Some
man.
stuff you don't have to deal with. It's like
You realize if you just ignore stuff, it's just gonna come back and kill you, right?
I'm not suggesting we ignore stuff. I'm saying that some stuff is not for us to deal with.
Right? So we just walk. Pick a direction, walk. Not hard.
A safe direction. Seemingly
Have you been
safe
here before?
direction.
What direction is safe?
I don't know.
Alright,
I'm
so let's
asking Zahel.
just pick a direction that's away from this river, start walking, what happens, happens.
Zahel.
As Mark says that, I look at Zahel. What should we do?
I've never been beyond this bridge before, so I say we just go west and see what we encounter.
What is to the west that we can see?
Fog.
Maybe we should go another direction.
We'll just
I'm saying every direction at the furthest distance of your vision is fog.
Okay.
Zahel's gonna walk off the edge that we can see there.
Does everyone follow?
Yeah, and Tanner's going to pull out his hand crossbow, load it, and follow.
Nadar stays curled up in a ball.
I'm gonna go to the river one more time and fill up my water skin with it.
Okay.
You want to die. I feel like you want to
I'm
die.
not gonna drink it. I just need.
All right.
I need to get it.
He's just gonna feed it to someone that annoys him.
So you
Or
want
Nadar.
Tanner to die.
I'm
You want
just
Tanner
gonna-
to die today.
Hold on.
Not
He
today.
wants
Some other
to see
day.
what happens with Nadar when Nadar drinks it.
We might need hallucinogenic water in the future.
It's never a bad thing to have in your toolkit.
You
Drugs
just have
are
to.
bad.
You have to
Good.
remind me not to drink it, but you can't tell me a character because you guys all walked off. We'll figure it out later.
Nadar didn't. Nadar's still kind of balled up.
Yeah, but he's not seeing that, probably.
This is true.
He's rolling dice. I might die here.
You get your
This
water.
is important though. Yes. I have. I'm gonna call it. What should I call it?
Derek.
Drugs.
Spirits.
Zahel water.
I like the idea. Derek drug Zahel water.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna kind
Dungeon Daddy's Dasani.
Yes, there we go.
of. I shouldn't have asked.
I should not have asked. Okay.
Pop Tart water.
Yeah.
So you guys all
Hashtag sponsored.
proceed to the west in a plethora of fog. Let me zoom out.
Nadar just stayed behind. And y'all just left.
And Zhao, you were leading, so you step on grass when you're leaving, and it's so dense fog that like you get to a point where you can't see anything, but you just feel the grass beneath your feet, and suddenly it turns into
Can't
stone.
even see each other.
Nope.
It turns
Can
into
I
stone, you say.
Can I suggest that we like maybe like hold hands so that we don't get lost?
What are we farting rainbows too?
Okay. You can suggest that.
Okay, let's hold hands so that we don't get lost.
Good idea.
What do you guys
All
do?
right, but I'm not holding hands with Tanner.
Because I don't want to
Tanner's
hold
hand.
anyone's hand. Tanner does not let you hold his hand.
So when you say I feel stone under my feet,
Feel the
are we back on the bridge?
under my feet.
You take a step,
Yeah.
and now suddenly the fog clears up, and you guys are all right back on close to the right side of the bridge.
Okay. Wow.
Well,
Nadar's still
This is
balled
weird.
up.
not on the other
because he
side of the
never
bridge. We're
actually
back
went-
on the bridge.
Right.
Because Nadar
Okay.
never got up and followed them.
All right.
They just left without him.
Into the fog. I mean, he was curled up in a ball. What are you gonna do? Roll him? No.
Well, let's try going this way.
I just stare at Mark.
Would I be able to maybe how tall is the bridge?
Yeah, 15, 20 feet.
Okay. I think I'll just jump down here.
Do you have any conjuration spells that can make a bridge?
No.
Just a spell called Bridge. This is my moment.
I don't. There's like earth-moving conjuration spells. They're like
Yeah,
they exist.
Freeze water.
true.
So do I take damage?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
It's that water. You jump near the water.
Ooh.
A 10.
10.
This
Mark dies first.
the second you land, you hear, instead of whispers, you hear a lot of screams. Screams of what sound like anguish and torment. And it's kind of overwhelming to the point where you hold your hands up to your head.
Do I recognize the screams?
Sounds like your wife and children.
Uh-huh. Do I take any damage from the fall?
You do not.
Okay.
Only emotional damage.
Emotional.
So we specialize in around here.
How much emotional damage? though?
Emotional damage.
All
Right now, I
the
have Nadar
emotional
at 1
damage.
health. So Nadar's emotional damage knocks him out immediately. He can't do anything. He's dead.
Uh-oh.
So like we see Mark kind of like fall,
Mhm.
or react to the screams in some way.
Most definitely.
So I guess I curl up into a ball.
I'll start taking steps to like look for
Yeah.
kind of prepare to jump down.
Question. Do we see the hooded figure that is currently on the map standing on the other side of this gap that everyone is seemingly ignoring?
Oh,
Well,
no,
Mark is my best
I
friend. So
noticed him, but
Yeah. So, well, Mark would not have because he's down.
Yeah.
Millard is looking at Mark, so he's going to be out there. So you 4 up here can make a perception check to see if you've noticed or if you're too focused on Mark.
Oh, Tanner's not paying attention to Mark.
He hates
Nadar's
At all.
just zoning out and like the
Put that on a
like
list of why I
tears on
don't
his
trust
face while
Tanner.
he just stares.
19.
Now just a perceptive boy. All right. What else we got?
It's not bad. It's 21.
Bex?
Not bad.
I suppose I'm focused on the others, so you can just take my passive as 14.
Okay. And then Nadar said he's not focused, so. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, Tanner, Zahel, and Elbreth, although you do also see what happened to Mark, that was enough to look away, and then when you do kind of look back up, you notice that now standing there is a tall, hooded figure that you cannot
Tanner's
see.
gonna take a shot with his crossbow.
I'll immediately step to the front and center of the group.
Okay. Well, so shot with a crossbow first. Have at it.
15.
You see it shoot, and what would you like to aim for?
Chest.
Chest.
Center mass.
You see it not only take purchase, but go through, and then you hear it hit the stone on the backside. Just
Well, that's not good.
and now, after you shoot, Zahel steps in front of you. And then, while that's happening, Millard, what do you want to do?
I guess I hear the twang of the bow. So I'll look up. I'll just take a step behind, kind of next to Elbreth.
Okay.
And I'll ready my bow, but I won't fire it.
Note to self, don't approach Tanner in a hood.
In the middle of a spooky mind place. Yes, that's probably a good idea.
It's going to, and this figure is large and very thin. It's like it's probably about seemingly 8 feet tall.
Is he in charge?
Don't know.
Is he large and in charge?
And just it's not moving. It's just the arms are down to the side, and you just all now hear it talk in a very unsettling voice to all of you. The only one who can't hear this at the moment is Mark, because he's currently overwhelmed with voices. But
Screams.
screams. So the 5 of you on the bridge do hear this. The toll has been paid. And it extends its hand out behind it, signaling forward. You may proceed.
We got Charon up in here.
Proceed to where?
Your destination.
That was vague and unhelpful.
I was so
Mildly
tempted,
helpful.
so tempted in that voice to say, "You're vague and unhelpful."
That is a fair assessment of Tanner.
Yeah, it-
From Millard's perspective.
Does the
Zahel,
bridge?
how do you normally get out of this place? Do you
I normally just wake up.
So we
All right,
should.
great. Tanner's
Seeing
just
as
gonna
how
slap you.
on that side of the plane of existence, I don't have a head currently. I don't know if that's going to happen.
The rest of us don't have bodies, so
Is there like a spectral bridge or something that we can cross?
you see the gaping hole.
I'm gonna run and make a leap to try to make it across.
Acrobatics check.
Okay, let's do this then. I'm a rogue. I'm swift, like the wind. I'm a leaf on the wind.
Oh no!
I'm
You know
a
the
leaf
last
on the
person
wind.
that said that. This did not go well.
That's good. It's a natural 20 plus
Hey.
6. 26.
Hey,
Hey, and Millard, like a majestic leaf on the wind that does not get impaled, makes it over the bridge and lands roughly next to the tall boy.
Oh, I went super far. How tall is this guy? Like now that I'm next to him?
Like 8 feet.
Okay. That's really tall.
Nadar somewhat coming out of his stupor. I don't know how it's best described. Will then proceed to do the same thing.
As I'm like next to him, does he like make any change of like posture or respond in any way? He's just like still pointing,
None. Yep, still pointing like towards the end of the bridge.
almost statuesque like.
Yes, right.
Nadar
So-
will attempt to jump across.
Yeah, I was
Seeing
gonna say Tanner's
Nadar,
gonna move-
I'm gonna
10
take a step behind the pointing guy.
Tanner will move
Question.
10 feet back and do a long jump.
Acrobatics check for both of you.
We should be
That
able to just
should be
make it.
athletics.
If I
Athletics.
No, it's a jump rule is whatever your strength score is, as long as you start 20 feet back.
well, I can run.
Athletics
I can
is
run
for
that.
running.
Let Matt DM.
Well, anyway,
You gave him a shirt.
I did give him a shirt. That is true. All right, I'll give you your acrobatics check.
I'm
but
trying
you
to
have
think of
wear
how to
the
best
shirt.
argue
Uh,
with Nadar.
well, there's
Never start a Dungeons and Dragons session. I'm trying to find the best way to argue.
right. Like I'm doing it on purpose for fishing to see if something will happen. So if you pass, pass. If you fail, you fail.
Could I do
22.
athletics instead?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
One's strength, one's dex.
Right.
That's why.
So Tanner makes it
Well,
across.
that's not much better. That's a nat 1. 7.
Okay.
Tanner's gonna try to grab him and just see what happens. Not like forcefully, just kind of like put his hand out to touch him.
Nadar? Or the
No, the figure.
oh
He's not worried about Nadar.
I want to see what happens to Nadar with the
So-
natural one.
Nadar runs,
He's gonna
jumps.
face plant
his-
into the bridge.
His foot catches on like a loose raised brick right before it jumps and goes face forward, but instead of falling, just hits what feels like just a flat surface, yet visibly all of you see is just nothing. He's exactly where his token is. He seems to be suspended in air, but he is face first as if the bridge kept going.
Ow.
Hey, thanks for taking one for the team, buddy.
Walk across.
Zahel's gonna step out on it.
You both, Zahel and Elbreth, may walk across freely.
Nadar will get up and just follow.
How many times do you like to walk across it?
Is Mark still doubled over down there?
Yes.
Oh man, poor lad. Elbreth, you mind holding the rope while I climb down and check on him?
No problem.
And I'll shimmy down the rope to Mark.
Okay. You get next to him.
I'm just gonna gently put a hand on his shoulders. You in there? Are you in there, buddy?
Oh, no. No, it's okay. You'll be fine. I'll find you.
I don't know how it happens, but you get away from the water, I think the voices will go away.
And you,
Come on. Is he
You-
kind of like
yeah, you managed to
reaches
hear
under his
that.
arm and tries to help him stand up?
And you did hear that, Mark.
Oh, okay. So does that mean I don't hear the voices anymore then?
Are you going to cooperate with him? Like you get up and let him take away from the water?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. As you pull away, the voices get softer and
Okay.
softer.
Does he untense or give any kind of physical signal that it's going away?
That'd be a Mark question.
Yeah,
Do
Mark.
intense. I guess so.
As he kind of
Yeah.
feels you relax, it's like, is that clearing up for you?
Thanks. Yeah, I
Anytime.
guess I was just hearing my wife and my children. They were being tortured.
Seems like this place works like everywhere else around here, where it hits you the hardest in your mind.
Yeah.
I heard a voice I had not heard in a very, very long time when I touched the water.
Who did you hear?
One of the best recruits I ever had.
Okay.
He was betrayed by one of the other best recruits I ever had. His name was Teft.
Oh. What happened?
I really don't know. The last I saw, they were standing off in a burning building with each other. I passed out in the debris and never found either one of them.
Okay. Let's get away from this water.
That's a great idea.
And you guys can, where you're at, either using the rope to get back up, or it goes uphill and you can go back around and get on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
And Tanner, don't think I didn't hear you earlier, so you tried to touch the hooded boy.
Yep.
All right. So you where?
Just his arm.
You touch it and immediately you see your hand turn into skeleton.
Good luck with
That
that.
doesn't hurt. You don't feel anything. You just see it.
Can I still move it?
Yes.
So I look up and be like, metal. And just walk away.
Yeah. when you remove it, it like stays for a second and it does eventually come back.
Gotta hold on to it longer. Give the dude a hug.
So
Probably never gets hugs.
he now
Should be a
turns.
spooky, scary skeleton.
The hooded figure now like holds its arm down and looks in the direction of Zahel, but just empty black cowl. Like you can't see anything into it.
Who's that?
Zahel of the Feywild. The toll has been paid. Go forward.
So it's always been what?
It's always what?
I hear the last word.
Oh,
It sounded like you said Zahel of the Feywild. It's always been.
no, Zahel of the Feywild. The toll has been paid. Go forward.
The toll has been paid. Gotcha. He'll kind of look to everyone and nod and then proceed forward.
Okay.
Take one last look at the figure and then follow Zahel.
Tanner will take one more touch of the arm, just be like, oh, and then walk away.
That's so metal, bro.
Who is that?
Yeah, you'll
It's
hear
Karen.
Mark ask.
Does she make HOA rules? Is that why we can get anywhere? She's like, HOA says no.
We had to pay the HOA fees before continuing.
Matt, what is this wizard HOA? Or I guess it's like MOA, since it's like his mind.
Just wait. Next week
Like
we're going to
mind
H&R
owners
Block
list.
and we're going to do taxes.
I knew Strahd's math abilities were lacking.
Strahd's been cooking the books, and we're gonna catch him, bring him down for good.
That's how you catch criminals. Tax evasion.
Gosh.
I mean, like, to be fair, he's been trapped here. At least that's what what's his name told us.
I heard
So-
there was a guy doing construction on his castle that hadn't been paid in years.
I'm saying he's probably not paid it to probably not paid his taxes because he's been stuck in this realm for a while. So unless he's got like a bookie somewhere else, because he's importing and exporting stuff, you know. There's a tax on that.
So, everyone proceeds. So Zahel leads the way and goes to the bridge. And the right side as the hooded figure is pointing. Does everyone follow suit?
Yes.
Yep.
Tanner
It's
will
gonna-
toss a coin to the hooded figure as he passes by.
He doesn't move,
Yeah,
so it just goes through him and you hear it land on the other side of the bridge.
Millard will go back and pick it up.
I mean, you do need to toss the coin to your Witcher.
You now have an extra coin.
But is it a Barovian coin since Tanner's from Barovia?
Yes.
You have one Barovian copper. Congratulations.
Hey, that's more valuable than a lot of things.
One more than he had.
One Barovian copper is worth more than
Right.
all of our gold.
Exactly. It's worth exactly 1.01 standard copper.
1,001.
I mean, Nadar has 3 Barovian silver.
All right.
That's like
Yeah.
all the
You guys are all
useless or useful
rolling
money
in
he
it.
has.
Millard lets him hold on to that for a little bit.
So, you guys, you can proceed how you want to with this. You know that like the direction you're going is incredibly dense fog again.
Okay.
Do you guys want to hold hands again?
Yeah.
We can use that rope and tie ourselves to each other.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go. with
Nadar
that.
will tie himself to Zahel, and if Mark tries to hold his hand, he will bat it away.
I'll hold on to the rope, but I won't tie myself to it.
Tanner's just moving.
I will tie myself to the rope.
You guys are making your way.
Making my way.
Yeah.
We're making
I knew
our
it
way
was gonna
downtown.
happen. I
Yep.
knew it was gonna happen.
You can't, you
I
can't use the phrase.
I deserve that one.
You gotta expand your vocabulary.
Yeah.
You need to improve your lexicon there, too, big.
Yep.
Mr. Dungeon Daddy.
Traversing your way downtown.
A dictionary, the number one tool of the Dungeon Daddy.
All right. So
I
Matt's gonna
do
kill
not
us
like
all.
this change of music.
Dun, 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 dun,
you guys can't see anything, including like even being in close proximity. You don't see each other. You can hear each other, and you have the ropes tied. So that's your comfort, but you can't visibly see anything.
Can I smell them?
Definitely Nadar.
Okay, that's what that's what I'm banking on.
Did you say we can't hear
Reasonable.
each other?
You can hear each other.
Okay.
Just sight.
Yeah, just sight's
Sight's not.
useless because it's just incredibly dense fog.
As we're walking through, Nadar will just say, "Guys, remember, no dwarf left behind."
We remember that. We remember. Just hold on tight to that rope, and no one will.
I mean, it's kind of hard to not hold on tight when I tied it to myself.
All right.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. You keep it that way.
And Zahel being in the lead, suddenly you feel the rope from one direction tense up really tight and almost
The
pull you.
direction behind you.
Yeah, it's got to be behind him, right?
Yeah, because he's in the front,
And
so
Nadar's
it's behind him.
Okay.
So everyone is behind him.
So Zahel, what do you do?
Is everyone okay?
You hear nothing.
I'll
Man,
turn
let's just keep
around
walking.
and grab the rope that's behind me and hand over hand and follow it back.
You follow it and follow it and follow it, and it just seems like it's continuing, and you are very confused now because there was definitely someone here well before this, and as you keep following it, like, this rope was not this long.
He's just angrily who paid this toll?
It's the worst ride I've ever been on.
Why did I pay this much to go to Disney anyway? It's only gonna trap me in fog.
So I encounter nothing on the rope.
Nothing. You are going to hear a voice, though. Well now, well now, well now, well now. Isn't this rather interesting?
Do I recognize this voice?
Let me make sure I don't misstep there. You do. As a voice that you have heard in a swamp in pouring rain after fighting a field of Bodaks when going to a wagon. This sounds like Kinos.
Here to have your fun, are you?
I suppose. I guess it wasn't enough to kill some of your friends in Valaki. You need more. No matter. I could prevent you from coming to me. I know it would seek. But I like the challenge. And the notion of killing you would really upset your brother, of which I would take great pleasure in. So by all means, come to my domain. Don't worry. I'll make it familiar to you.
Is it coming from any specific direction or just all around?
All around.
You know, to be so powerful, you sure do a lot of hiding.
Now. There's no need to get ugly. We haven't even started off fun yet. Want to see how you do.
So I'm going to let you in. Good luck. I look forward to killing you.
Zahel, just when he says that about I'm going to let you live, he says, "Thank you, oh benevolent one," and he bows very sarcastically.
Careful. Wouldn't want to lose your head. Again.
And you hear the word again taper off into the distance, and now you suddenly have whichever order it would be, some member of the party is actually going to like run into you. Now, not run, but like walk into you and be startled as if like, why did you stop walking?
Probably Nadar.
As if nothing off has happened at all. Yeah. So to the rest of the party, nothing off has happened at all. That was some form of existential experience that only Zahel had.
Sorry about that. Kinos was having a little fun with me, it would seem.
What do you mean?
Well, he more or less challenged us.
Can I just
He wants
say?
us to come to his domain.
Can I just say? There's too many names to remember.
Okay.
There's only 7 in Nadar.
What's the hold
How
up?
many is that again?
Yeah, but you have to remember he's already remembering our names.
Fair point. Sorry, Millard. I'll explain later. I assume you're kind of toward the back.
I still don't know his name in reference to Tanner.
Right.
He was just starting to walk past y'all because he never tied himself to the rope. Are you going to keep going or what?
Yes, please. As Zahel will continue forward.
Can we see each other?
You can't yet.
But we can hear him.
You can hear. Zahel, you suddenly stop. In both
I hear birdies.
pause of many emotions at once. Of familiarity, of fear, unknown, because you hear sounds that are incredibly familiar and that you haven't heard in quite a while. This has been a minute until Zahel has been at where the sounds he is hearing. And him having stopped, you guys run into him again. But this time he's not facing you, he's facing the other way. It seems to be not minding the fact that any of you just ran into him. He's just kind of looking around. And visibility starts to come back. And the fog starts to dissipate. And the first thing you realize is beneath your feet is now this beautiful, lush, green, vibrant grass that pulses and changes colors, and you see it fade into a purple and fade back into a green, in and out, in and out. And around you, it's a plethora of vibrant, colorful mushrooms as the fog completely fades away, and now there's just open meadow that all of you find yourselves standing in, with a bunch of very vibrant trees of purple, green, blue, red, every color that you can really think of. And it's quite pleasant for all of you. The only one that seems to be a little unnerved is Zahel.
What's going on up there? What's the hold up?
So, clearly I
Look
know this
around,
place.
Miller.
What is this place?
Seems like the Feywild.
This is the Feywild?
Well, I was answering Richard's question.
Oh. Where are we?
It seems like a very specific field that you remember when you were younger.
I'm gonna reach down and like touch the grass, like brush it with my hand. This
And-
is such a strange place.
I should say, it should be without saying, Tanner, this visual is probably overwhelming for you.
Yeah,
Him-
he's just literally like completely speechless, just kind of like shoulders down, like mouth agape, like eyes just kind of darting around, looking at everything, because he's only ever known the grim dark that is Barovia.
Right.
Tanner's like, things can be pretty.
Exactly.
Is this when I should hand Tanner the drink of water?
Oh,
I'm not gonna do that.
Do we see
but I
any
just
blink
thought-
dogs?
Oh.
Are there campestries dancing around?
Zahel, I knew you had a colorful spot deep in the middle of your head, hidden
I had
within.
forgotten it was there. I haven't been here since I was a child.
Where's this
Nadar's
place?
just mesmerized by the grass
Where-
and just staring at his feet.
Where is this place?
This is, well, at least it's an illusion of the Feywild.
Yeah?
It's real. You've actually been here.
Seems
I've
that
only ever heard
Kenos-
stories.
Seems that Kenos really wants to play some games.
Wait,
So-
so
Guys, the grass is doing something.
so Richard Miller posed the question of like the Feywild is real because he's only heard about it in stories.
Yeah, it is real.
but what you're saying is Kenos made this place? From
Well, he apparently stopped only me and our little group trek through the fog there, and through a few veiled threats, challenged me, or all of us, and wanted us to come to his domain and told me he would make it familiar for me.
Oh, okay. Well, at least one of us.
Tanner's gonna walk up to one of the brightest
One of the brightest what?
mushrooms he can and just touch it and be like, "What?"
is that safe? As I point to Tanner.
I mean, you just see Tanner just sitting here, just
Yeah.
All I've heard of the Feywilds is they're a dangerous place with lots of strange articles and artifacts.
Did you see what's going on down here?
Nadar calls over to Tanner and like is pointing at the grass.
Not to
Tanner
be
just,
treaded
like,
lightly.
Turns to Zahel and say, "Why would you ever leave here?"
Why did I leave there, Matt?
your mother died, and you and your brother had a bit of a fallout.
Okay, that was all right. Just want to make sure the timeline was right.
Uh-huh.
Well, this was around the time my brother and I had our little fallout over our mother's passing.
Okay.
Don't stab him and stay here.
You are a very practical man.
Nadar will then bend down and proceed to smell the grass.
No doubt, I wouldn't do that. Too late now, I guess.
Just in the dark.
Take a big whiff.
Specifically the mushrooms.
It is the nicest smelling grass you've ever put your nose on.
Cat lawn.
Why does this grass smell so good?
And I proceed to then, arms back, face down, and proceed to just smell as I just drag my face along the ground.
It's because it's been fertilized with elf poop. I say as he's dragging his face across the grass.
Hearing elf, you
Pointy ear leaf lovers. We need to burn it.
Burn it
Zahel,
all down.
you know this place best. Perhaps we should find somewhere to make safe camp. At least
Yeah.
somewhere where
definitely.
everyone can be calm and have their minds collected and
Alright.
clear. As I look at Nadar.
Nadar is now looking very angry. Just at everything.
Nadar, it was a joke, buddy. It's not fertilized by elves in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
The pointy eared leaf lovers never touched it.
Well, I can't say that, but you know they're born originally from here, right?
I need fire. And lots of
Okay,
it.
so Elberth, you still have that rope. I think we're gonna need it.
Zahel, perception check.
Perception check.
How good are you at knots? Do you know some better knots? Because we're running out of good knots.
I cannot not.
I'm still the best
19.
knotter we got.
19, you say?
Yes.
I tell you, sir.
Zahel
There
suddenly.
was also that bedpost still poking out of his backpack.
Zahel, in these conversations, is kind of like loosened up and was smiling and, you know, having like a moment of nostalgia and just laughing at everything that's happening with Nadar and everything else. And suddenly that cuts off because you hear a sound. And one that not only you hear, but that you recognize immediately, and it causes you to tense up and become very aware and start looking around. And you hear it first, which causes you to catch up. No one else heard it, but you all see Zahel react this way instantaneously, which puts all of you on alert. And then all of you are going to hear this noise.
Sounds like a tameable pet. Go.
Do we see 3 red lasers in the shape of a triangle on somebody's forehead?
Oh no,
I'm
we're all doomed.
They're on Tanner's forehead.
Wait,
Nope,
so Zahel recognizes the sound, right?
he does.
And what would that be?
You just hear Zahel looking around.
We hear him looking around?
Yeah.
You
That's
see
how
He's going
intense.
He looks.
That's how
Here-
intense he's looking.
He looks outside like,
So
It's
aggressive we
very
can hear it.
just aggressively looking around. And you see him
Y'all,
looking around, and then you hear him whisper in like kind of a concerned term. Mean locks.
Oh no,
And that is where we end tonight's episode.
Mean
those things.
locks?
still not convinced we're not dead because we can still all be dead.
EENLOCK. Mean locks. And that is where
Not
we end.
LOC.
Nope. LOCK.
You have to have the K.
So fun fact: we
that looks
we
terrifying.
fought some of those in one of my old campaigns, and one of our party members decided to barbecue one of them
Oh.
and eat the meat, and then proceeded to trip for like 2 days. It was
We can beat
hilarious.
That would be appropriate.
We have a lot of weird stuff right now collected. So
That's true. So thank you everybody for watching. This is the part where we wrap up the stream, and we're going to the post-stream chat section of tonight, where we talk to you guys in chat, answer our favorite moments of the night, and just have a little time just unwinding before wrapping the night up. So if you have any questions, throw them in chat. If you have a favorite moment that you enjoyed tonight, let us know, and we're going to go around the horn and see what everybody enjoyed about tonight. So Mr. J, Mr. Millard, if you want to lead us off, what's a highlight of the night for you?
I like the initial contact with me and Zahel, and Millard and Zahel. That was kind of neat. gave me an opportunity to kind of open things up, and it gave Zahel some opportunity to like dish things out, and say some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a little bit more of his kind of like mindset where he's at with how things are going down in Velaki. And we're all kind of bummed right now, but now it's we're down to getting things done.
Right.
The question is Nadar now high from smelling the grass?
I don't think so.
No,
We'll
you
find
gotta
out.
burn it, dude.
And
And that's what he plans to do. So
yeah, and then in that same interaction, Millard got to kind of reveal the thing about the bow.
Yeah,
Which is-
poor
which is
girl's
good.
dead. So sad.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that whole sequence a lot. Just Millard and Zahel talking.
Same.
Thought that was really good. Okay.
But I gotta head out 11, so
All right.
see
Thank you,
y'all.
Mr.
Fun
Thank-
times.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Okay. So next, that would be Mr. Liam.
Favorite moment.
Hmm?
I think funny moments.
oh, you're trying to think of the funny.
Yeah.
I don't think that really happened much or too much till the Feywild beer at the end. It was
Yeah,
a little bit before.
We had a few cut ups every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I guess I could say no. I don't know. There was a funny moment that happened earlier, I think. That near the start, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to remember. I do a good job of remembering my name half days.
What's
Or
that
any
name?
of the. I don't know.
I'm sure
okay.
it's just a fancy set of noises someone calls you.
Mr. Stormer.
Oh, well, definitely the interplay between Millard and Zahel was good. But also, like Mark just curling up in a ball with the screams.
Specifically his statement after,
yeah.
that hurt.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I'm okay.
Also, the name drop of Teft for anyone who read the Stormlight Archives. That.
Yeah.
Especially if you've read all 4 Stormlight Archives.
I was watching your face, your square when he name dropped that.
I was like,
holding,
oh no.
Been holding on to that for a while, boy.
You were like, oh crap, here we go.
Emotional damage is on its way.
Oh, you just thought we were done, boy.
Also,
Okay.
what part of Prismere are we actually in, though? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question.
We are in the Thither.
I will say too, but for your information, if you haven't read that, the Feywild does have does act similar to the domains of Dread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Sure he has.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we are in
He did
Prismere.
his research before bringing us.
Oh no! As soon as we started talking about that in chat, I'm like, wait, am I wrong? And I pulled up like the map of.
Well, that's also
Prismere.
it's also assuming you're actually in the Feywild.
Tricky said his favorite part of the episode was me dropping a chip in the middle of the episode.
Yep.
Right into the river Styx.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Mr. Lava.
Oh. Favorite parts. I think Zahel. Just the whole Zahel, and Miller.
It was a good sequence. Hard not to go with that one.
And then the fact they left Nadar behind as they went east into the fog.
Mm.
Because
Sure.
I had never said he was getting up. He got up after he got pulled back by Mark.
Right.
Because he had already curled up into a ball.
Let him go. I have expected you also to say just entering into the stream via a cannonball.
That's also up there.
Just from a screen.
Yeah. I was going. If you hadn't have brought up that Loki quote, I was going to do it.
Yeah. So just in case, I was like, yeah, I'll just add this. Okay. Miss Elbreth.
Yeah, a lot of what already was mentioned. Zahel, Millard, Mark's muttering, which outshone Mark's sass this time. But Mark's sass was also really good. Or not sass, I don't know, like, God, whatever it was, just like, okay, anyway, can we keep going? Anyway, that's nice. Let's move on.
Right.
It's just like, Tanner's like, oh no,
Insistent
I've never,
Mark.
like, okay.
Now, was that insistence or stubborn?
Yeah, that's got a few tests because Tanner was like, "Oh no, trauma." I was like, "Mark's like, yeah, it's very sad." Anyways,
there's a good, there's a good dose of Loki in this episode somehow. Yeah, and I forgot what I was gonna say, and also I like the part where we came to, the Feywild or Styles Fey brain or the Fey pocket dimension. I don't care.
I don't care. We're here.
Whatever it is, there's colors. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I love that map, by the way.
Yeah, it's a cool map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just staring at it. I love colors. I'm just
Yep.
watching it change.
Yeah, I like that the grass changes colors. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
and
I
there's
also have to add for my favorite. I just remember Nadar being like mesmerized by just everything going on in this
right.
scene. The other cams.
Well, then poor Tanner. Like my gosh, like never seeing color ever. And you get thrown into this. It's like, huh?
It's like, what? What is this?
Or the why do I picture you making the professor noise from Futurama? My huh? Just
Good news, everybody! I've never been here.
good news, everyone. Okay.
All right, who's Zoidberg?
It's definitely Nadar.
I have
So-
never watched.
Everyone, it's time for me to run into the woods.
Barber. Last but not least, Mr. Richard.
So the Millard chat at the beginning, it's always cool when Zahel and Millard get to have a one-on-one. But I also really liked hopping down and helping Mark away from the water. Because Zahel and Mark don't have a lot of one-on-one interactions like that where they're away from the group. And we were still close, but it was still a moment with just them.
True.
Yeah.
When we first got to the Feywild section, Bex dropped a bomb in chat. Rave grass.
Oh no.
And that momentarily broke me.
How I have my screen set up. Chat.
Yeah.
Always breaks me.
Oh no.
And
I'm looking at
the
cams.
way Tanner was just completely bewildered with it. It's
Right.
like, why would you leave here, you idiot?
Exactly. It's like, I've literally been killing werewolves since I was 10, and you had this.
It's like, what is wrong with you? Why would you ever leave here? He's like, my family basically died, both literally and then metaphorically. Oh. Okay, but still, colors.
But still. Very sad. But
But-
anyway.
Like, I wonder, like, because I don't know the inner mechanisms of how this works. Like, does Tanner know what purple is? Frick if I know.
He would have some sort of. Maybe he might have.
Is
seen
Tanner still in
purple
black and white?
That's
with
yeah, I mean,
He shows up and he's the only thing with no color improvement.
what
Tanner's
is
a
this?
1950s drama.
He's-
What was that? Pleasantville, that movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as chat says, I was like, "Why did you leave here?" And Richard immediately, "Why did I leave here?
Why did I leave here?
Why did I leave here, Matt?
It's like, well,
It's like, who wrote this backstory?
I thought that was where, yeah, it's things have shifted and changed, and I need to reread it all. But I thought that was the case, but I didn't want to misspeak.
sure, no,
I
always
should
better to
probably also
ask.
refresh
Yeah.
backstory.
Like, why did you leave here? Falling out with my brother. Just stab him and stay. Simple. Problem
Thanks,
solved.
Just
You're a very practical man.
easy, just so easy. Kill your brother, not even a question.
We wouldn't even be here. There wouldn't be your brother in the 7.
So I made the mistake with Zahel's mistake, or great move, however you want to view it, with Zahel's backstory, where I basically gave Matt just bullet points and left it wide open for him to fill in.
Mm-hmm.
He just chose trauma for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
You named your character after somebody from the Stormlight Archives.
Yes.
Expect drama.
Yes.
Yeah,
I thought I was safe because he hasn't read it.
No.
well, you were wrong.
I was wrong.
Not about the reading part. I haven't read it, but drama part, nope.
If you've
Now
got
I-
time to read about 6,000 pages of novel, go ahead. It's great.
On principle, I don't think he wants me
read it.
to, because if this is the drama he gets without me reading it, I don't think he needs
I
any
don't
extra.
need him adding fuel to that fire.
I love that.
The
chat-
invisible bridge. That is a good one.
That was great. Yeah.
That's
I
the
thought
only
Zahel was
reason,
gonna, like, headbutt the column of the bridge.
right?
Just
and
like, tung, 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 tung.
that's the only reason I even bothered doing a check. I was like, "There's something fun here." It's just, if you pass it, we won't see it. If you fail it, we'll see it.
I literally, in the back of my mind, it's like, I know there's an invisible bridge. Like, the guy wouldn't invite us over if not, but I'm going to jump anyway. Because why not?
Right. I mean, I guess you wouldn't have found it if everybody passed, but I was just like, something, just like statistically, if everybody does it, maybe one will fail.
What's funny? I
Mhm.
never rolled higher than an 8 this session.
Then Nadard's got a resounding natural 1.
I think 12 was my lowest roll this session. So I took all
you
your rolls. In the
you
dark
had some
side.
high rolls, buddy.
Yeah.
Some big old rolls.
Can't roll
Especially-
Maybe
low.
I'll keep
Don't
using this
roll.
dice because I did too.
Right.
I swapped D20s halfway through the session.
Mm.
Didn't do any better.
Just do what I did and get ones made from rock.
And then
All of my rolls were good except for the last one, the wisdom save.
well,
Oh,
Then
yeah.
That was a
Screams.
natural 8 plus 2.
I had to get some emotional damage in there.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
somebody had to pay the toll. It was just you.
Emotional damage.
Yep. That's an interesting thing now, being out of the sequence, so that like I can say it now, because I didn't want to say it during. I was going to wait to see what anyone did, but now we're out of it, and like they're in a different place now. It's interesting to me that no one tried to ask what the toll was, or like what was paid.
I thought about it after I walked through. It was like, ah, crap, I should have asked.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you would have got an answer, but it's just it's interesting. It was like, yep, cool, it's paid. Dig it.
That was another good moment. It's like, where are we going? You're going there.
Going to your destiny.
That
Where your
way.
destination. He said, it's like, where are we going? To your destination. Is like, thank you, Captain Obvious. Where's the destination?
That's why I didn't bother asking.
Exactly.
Cool. It's
Fair.
because like whenever we've tried to ask anything ever, we always get vague and unhelpful answers. So Elbreth is just like, I'm not even gonna ask anymore. Or just whatever we see, cool. Weird bridge,
Yeah.
cool. Colorful grass, cool. Like whatever. We just go with it.
So Barovia has defeated you. Got it. Good to know. It has
In
successfully
the
broken her
sense
down.
of
I don't know if they
asking
got this broken. It's
questions.
just us looking
She's just
One-
over it.
one step at a time. That's all. Just-
Tanner just assumed it was Mark's sanity and was like, all right, well, I guess we're going now.
That's a small price to pay. Let's go on, guys.
Exactly.
Right? No, because it would have been to be frank, I'll just say if anyone had asked the hooded figure that, it would have answered.
Dang it.
As
Yeah.
players, can we know what the toll was, even though our characters won't?
No.
'Cause okay. Because
Nope.
I was really curious, but I'm like, Nadar wouldn't ask what the toll was, so I couldn't even ask in character.
The toll is our pain.
When most likely you find yourself back there again, you may ask him a second time.
I'll just go like right out of the gate. It's like, bro, what's the toll? So we can go ahead and get this over with.
Find out.
Will there be a second?
Tricky wants to
toll
know
for
in
a-
chat, Matt. You should tell him.
Will there
Let
be
him
a
know.
second?
Let him know.
Will there be a second toll for being there a second time?
Maybe.
Zahel,
Good question.
the guy is actually odium, and we were giving him his pain.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I also liked. I'm glad somebody caught it. I like being able to throw in the predator noise at the end. Oh no! This is not
So
good.
a little inside information for everyone, relevant to what Stormer just said. He'll appreciate. So Teft was the other character, and I mentioned another recruit that was the other best I'd ever had. His name is Raze.
Why?
Yeah,
I hate you.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, don't worry, it's coming, boy.
there's a lot of implications there.
Mm-hmm. We'll see it.
Well,
Oh,
I
good
haven't read that book, so your
They're fantastic. If you ever want to,
your statements are lost to me.
Well, I mean, I haven't read them either, so I know nothing. I'm
You've done
interested.
a stellar job, though, channeling the spirit of it.
Fair enough. Hey, I promised you trauma, so tried to deliver on that one. Interested to see what you guys do next week, because that's gonna be some fun times. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
We'll see.
mean locks can be really weird.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
to me, like Bodaks are far more concerning. So like,
Yes,
I wouldn't be as concerned. I would just be. It's just different.
but it could get really strange.
That much is true. And I'll just leave it at that. We'll see. So last call for chat. Anybody else have any sort of questions or anything to throw out before we wrap up the night and call it for this week until we reconvene in next week's episode? We'll give it a second. Going once, going twice. Bunch of one-liners. Heck yeah, man. Thank you for watching. Appreciate every last one of you that
Yeah, thank you
stick
for
around.
joining us.
Yeah.
Every time, without fail. Try to entertain as much as we can.
It's stoning.
Why?
Don't rock and stone. You wait
Well, I
till
mean,
the-
with that grass, we might be rocking stoned.
if we start next session, no recap. Nadar, roll a con save. I'm laughing.
Yeah, next
And the
session.
Dormer's just sitting there laughing, and then he goes, "Are these my hands?"
Or what is the thing from Future?
Zahel, you're so pretty.
What was the? Oh, it's Futurama when one of them, the monsters, ate a hippie, and then because of that, then he was
That's
high.
right, yeah. Yeah, it was those
He said-
green things.
He said,
It was
"Dude,
like all the humans were eating their kids.
said my hands are huge. They can touch everything but themselves." Toots, he's like, just shocked.
Great episode.
Oh man. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. Appreciate every last one of you. Hope you had a enjoyable night and an enjoyable night watching the stream. Hopefully it was entertaining. Looking forward to the next episode as we see what the heck is going on, where everybody is, what sounds did we just hear, and what do we get to expect from that. But that's going to wrap it up for this week. So until next time, everybody say goodbye for now.
Have a good night.
For now, goodbye.
Night, Dungeon Daddy.
Till next time.